Hey guys, my name is Em and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video I'm going to be filming a 24-hour readathon vlog and I'm so excited. Basically I have a week off from college this week and I've decided that I want to do a readathon because I've not done one in ages and I think it would be a really fun idea to do. So I'm going to just do like the traditional old method of doing a readathon where I literally just try and read for 24 hours straight. I don't think I'm going to set a timer. It's currently 2:57. I'm going to start this readathon at 3 p.m. and then I'm literally just going to read until 3 p.m. tomorrow as much as I possibly can. Obviously I will be sleeping and taking breaks and stuff and doing other things, but for the majority of the time hopefully I will be reading. I don't have a huge TBR set out for this video because I don't know how much I'm going to get read and I don't want to set like any unrealistic expectations, but the book that I'm going to be starting with, that I'm currently reading and I do want to finish in this vlog, is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I've heard a lot about this book. It came out recently and it is very hyped and I'm really liking it, and I bought it last week. I started it. Now I'm only on page 24 so I'm not that far in, but I'm really liking what I have read so far and I feel like it could be a very fast read, so hopefully I will just be able to read this book really quickly. So yeah, this is the book that I'm going to start with when the readathon begins, and then we're just going to see after that. So yeah, welcome to the vlog. I hope you enjoy and I will come back to you when the readathon begins. Okay, so it is now 4:20 in the afternoon, so we are an hour and 20 minutes into the readathon. I'm currently on page 78 of Deep End. I think I was on page 24 before, so I've read like 54 pages in an hour and a half, which is very slow. Like that's really slow, but I did like keep getting distracted and I kept checking my phone and I kept taking like TikTok breaks, which is so not what a readathon is supposed to be. But I have just lost my attention span for reading lately. I don't know what it is, but I am determined to keep reading and to make a lot more progress. I am really liking this book. Also, I don't really think I explained to you what this book was about. Basically we have our two main characters, Lucas and Scarlett, and they are a diver and a swimmer, and then they end up like working on the same like project together, and then they like set up an arrangement. I don't really know what the arrangement is just yet because I haven't gotten to that part of the book, but I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of like fake dating or some kind of arrangement like this, because Lucas is her teammates or her team captain's ex-boyfriend, so there's going to be something to do with that, I assume, and then I assume they're gonna possibly fall in love. I don't know, that's how romance books usually go. But I am really liking it so far and I am really intrigued to keep reading it. I think this is like the first romance book that I've read since like last summer. Like I just have not been reading romance books at all lately, which is so strange because they used to be like literally all that I would read, but I just kind of haven't been in my romance reading era lately, which is so strange. I'm gonna look at my Goodreads right now actually and tell you when the last romance book that I read actually was. Okay, so the last romance book that I read was Picking Daisies on Sundays, and I read that in August, from August 29th to September 21st. It actively took me a month to read a 300-page book because that's how bad of a reading slump I was in. But yeah, I just haven't really been reading romance books lately because I've been reading like fantasy romance and thrillers and stuff, but I actually kind of am reading this and being reminded why I did really like reading romances before. So I'm really enjoying this, thoroughly enjoying it. I'm kind of honestly a bit sleepy, which is very counterproductive to this readathon, but I kind of want to take a nap. I don't think I'm gonna take a nap, but the temptation is there. Like I might like close my eyes for like 10 minutes and then continue reading. I don't know, that could be a rookie mistake, so I might just keep reading. I obviously want to try and finish this book before I go to bed tonight so then I can start another book tomorrow, but I don't really know if that's going to be possible because it's not really matching with my reading speed, but that's what I want to try to do and aim to do. But yeah, that is my reading update for right now and I'll come back to you later. Okay, so it is now like a week later and needless to say I did not succeed with this readathon nor complete it, but it doesn't matter. So I think we're just going to continue this vlog and make it into a weekly reading vlog. It is now the following Tuesday and I actually have been reading a good bit over the last couple of days and I do have a reading update for you, so I'm going to give you that right now. Okay, so my first reading update is that I did in fact finish Deep End by Ali Hazelwood and I loved it so much. I really loved this book. I feel like me and Ali Hazelwood have like a love-hate relationship, or kind of just like a mid relationship. Like I've read all of her books that have come out except like a few of the novellas, and like I've always liked them, but I don't like adore them, and like I like them when I read them and then I finish them and I never think about them again, like that kind of thing. But I read this one and it was so good. Like I absolutely loved it so much. It is a sports romance, and I don't know what it is, but there's something about a sports romance that I just love. Like this was so fun. He was a swimmer and she was a diver. But yeah, I really liked it. I think it was really good. I also do love that this is still like a kind of STEM novel, because the two characters are studying like medicine and they want to become doctors, and I just love it. Like I actually really love Ali Hazelwood's books, and I think this might be my favorite of hers, potentially. I don't actually know, but I ended up giving this book a 4 stars. However, I did think that it was going to be a 5. When I kind of thought about it, there were a few things in this that did annoy me a little bit, namely the ex. You know, I think that situation really would just piss me off. I just didn't adore reading about that. Like I feel like I actually read more about him and his ex in this book than him and Scarlett, which for me that's not what I want to read about. But like also I could understand kind of where it was coming from, and like I got it, but I also just didn't enjoy it, if you get what I mean. And then the second thing that I will comment on is the fact that this was essentially a situationship, and in my opinion situationships are probably one of the worst things that we as a society have created. Like I feel like they're the pits of hell, and I don't know why they exist, and this to me kind of felt a little bit like a situationship. I didn't love that, because I was just like just date, like just do it kind of a thing. And I do feel like even though we obviously got a lot of their kind of relationship throughout the book, but then it actively did take a very long time for them to get together, like a very long time. So I think they were my 2 critiques on it. However, I loved Lucas so much. I loved Scarlett. I loved it so much. Yeah, there's nothing else that I can say about this book, and I'm also kind of unintentionally matching this book today. I would definitely recommend this, and I'm really glad that I read it. And I also read it so quickly, which for me is definitely a sure sign that I did love the book, because you know me, like it literally took me like a month and a half to read Iron Flame, so I clearly wasn't engaged with this, whereas this took me like less than a week, which is very fast for my current reading pace. But yeah, I gave it a 4 stars, possibly 4.5, but we're just gonna leave it at 4 for the moment. I really enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend. And then my second reading update is that I then started a new book on my Kindle this morning, and I'm actively already like nearly halfway through it, and I'm really liking it, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about that as well. So the book that I started on Kindle is Sweet Temptation by Cora Riley. This is a standalone mafia romance, and it also is an age gap romance and an arranged marriage, and I have not read something like this in a very long time. But I was basically like not really sure what I wanted to read next, but I wanted to keep my reading streak going, and I knew that like if I started like a really big book I just wouldn't really have the same motivation, and I'd kind of get out of the swing of reading. So I was just like searching on TikTok, and I came across a video by Larry Reads, who is first of all an icon. I love that woman so much, and she was talking about this book, and she was like, oh, it's a standalone book, it's a really quick read. If you're in a reading slump, to get out of a reading slump, you'll fly through it basically. And then I looked it up, and it was under 300 pages. I think it's like 284 pages, which is so short and so quick, and I feel like it just makes you motivated to keep reading, because you're like, I could actually finish this book right now. Yeah, so I'm currently like 40% of the way through. On page 110. I do need to do some other things now, because I've literally just sat down all morning and read this book, and I actually do kind of want to finish it today, which would be so fun, because it has been so incredibly long since I've read a book in one day. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm actually really liking it. I don't think it's anything like mind-blowing currently. I do think that they're focusing on the age gap a little bit too much for my liking. I don't enjoy that trope, but I'm trying to kind of just overlook it because it is fiction. But everything else about the book is fun. And yes, basically the premise of the book is that we have our main guy Cassio. Now I'm so sorry, but I am thinking of the calculator, and I know that has no relevance, but every time I read his name I'm thinking of the calculator. But anyway, so he's like the mafia like underboss or whatever, and his wife dies, and he is left with his 2 very young children. His son Daniel is 2, and then his daughter Simona is only 4 months old, and he's kind of like, oh well, the kids need a new mother figure, so I've got to get remarried. And then there is like an arranged marriage between him and Julia. So yeah, they basically get married, and then it is her job to look after the kids and like be his wife and stuff, which when I explain a mafia book out loud, an angel loses its wings, because we just regress feminism by 50 years, but it's fiction and it's enjoyable. And yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's kind of the trope of like, he is such an asshole and he is such like a dangerous man, but then like for her, like he's a bit of a softie, and I kind of love that trope. Like, I am just a girl, and that trope that trope does it for me every single time. So yeah, I'm reading this and I'm really liking it. I think right now though, because it's currently 4:15 in the afternoon and I actively have a lot to do today. I have so much college work to do, which I'm gonna do. I need to have dinner, and then I also need to go collect my mom's birthday cake, which she doesn't know about, but it's her birthday tomorrow. And I also have her gift hidden in my grandparents' house, so I also need to go pick that up, but I'll go and do that a little bit later. So I think I'm gonna go make myself a sandwich for right now and chill for a little while, perhaps read some more, or perhaps just do some college work. We'll see. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys when I have some more reading updates. Hi besties. Okay, it is now Monday and I have now finished the book that I was currently reading, so let me tell you my final thoughts on this. I have now finished Sweet Temptation by Cora Riley. I liked it. I think it was good. I don't think it was amazing. I was liking it a lot more when I was kind of reading it all in one go, and then I kind of stopped because, as I say, like at the weekends I literally do not have time to read, so I kind of stopped over the weekend and then I finished it last night, which was obviously Sunday night, and I feel like taking that break in between reading it made me like it a little bit less, because it's like not objectively a great book, it's just kind of like a fun time, if you get me. But that being said, I rated it 3 stars. Like, it was enjoyable for what it was. I think it was probably one of like the tamest mafia romances that I've read in a very long time. Like literally it was very tame. Like there was basically no mafia elements to it, and it was not very high stakes at all, but I kind of liked that, and it was wholesome, and like for an underboss, man was very soft and very family orientated and hands-on with his family, so that's great. We love to see it, progressive and all that. So yeah, I rated it 3 stars. It's not one that I'm really gonna probably ever think about again or remember very much of, but I still really enjoyed it. So now it is a new week. I don't think I have enough footage for this vlog to finish this vlog and start a new one, plus I'm so busy this week, so I don't think I'd actually end up vlogging a lot this week, though I do want to read a lot. So I think I'm just going to continue this vlog again for this week and potentially get another book read, and then I will end up this vlog at the end of this week, because next week I have Gracie Abrams. I have the Gracie Abrams concert, and I am seeing my bestie Lucy from Library of Lucy. She's coming over to stay with me next week, and it's going to be so much fun. So I will definitely be doing a vlog next week, but I have so much to do this week. I have so much college work, I have so much to do to prepare for next week, and I just have a load of things on. But I do also want to pick another book, because I feel like I need to have like a book on the go that I can kind of like pick up when I'm free and stuff like that. So yeah, now I need to decide on what book I want to read next. I actually have no idea. I did order a book last week which arrived last week, and I'm only just after opening it now, which I will show you, but I bought that book when I was in like a dark romance mood, and now that I've finished a kind of a darker romance, I don't want to read another one. I don't know, like, do I want to read like a thriller? I'm kind of feeling like reading like a rom-com or like a really like summery book, because we have the nicest weather at the moment. Like, it's still really cold, but the sun is shining, it is so bright, and I'm feeling in such like the spring summer mood, so I really want to read like a nice like fluffy summery springtime romance kind of a thing. So I think I will have a look through my shelves, see what I want to read, and then I'll get back to you when I decide. But yeah, the book that I hauled the other day was Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. I do really want to read this at some stage, probably soon, but this is a dark romance, and like a very dark romance, and my reading mood is definitely very influenced by the weather, so this is not what I want to be reading. But this book does interest me a lot because it's a very unique premise that I've not heard of before. But basically we have our 2 main characters are like enemies, like they really hate each other, and then they get kidnapped and they have to like live together in very close confinement, and I think then they fall in love. But it's also very traumatizing because they're kind of being like obviously treated very badly while they're kidnapped. So yeah, it kind of sounds very fucked up, but probably enjoyable if read in the right mood. So yeah, that's that. But I'm gonna have a look through my shelves right now and see what I want to read. I could also have a look at my Kindle to see if there's any on Kindle Unlimited, but I kind of feel like reading something physically because I read this current book on my Kindle, so I kind of want to read a paperback maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's my update for right now, and I'll get back to you later. Wednesday. It is such a sunny day today, like it literally feels so spring-like. I was literally sitting outside reading this morning, which you know that that's my favorite thing to do. But yeah, I've just parked up outside my house and I have, wait, can you see her? I have Misty in the back of my car. Let me try flip the camera. I have my little baby in the seat because she is loving the sunshine. Oh, you're so pretty. So naturally we have to stay in the car until Misty decides that it's time to go in. But yeah, I also started a new book today. I started The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. This actually just came out on the 1st of March because I remember finding it through like a TikTok or something last month and I was like, oh my god, I want to read this right now. And then it wasn't released yet and then I kind of forgot about it and then it literally came up on my Kindle and I was like, oh my god, I have to read this book because I am such an Abby Jimenez fan. Like I love her so much. All of her books that I've read so far have been 5 stars, I'm fairly sure. Like the way that she writes is just so amazing and I will always jump at the chance of reading another one of her books. So yeah, I'm really glad to be reading this book. It is only a novella, so it's only like 80 pages or something, so I'm definitely going to finish it today. I'm already like 20% of the way through, so I'm definitely going to finish it today, but I'm really glad that I'm reading it because I did start reading another book yesterday. I started reading, I think it's like same time next summer or this summer next summer, something to do with summer. I think I'll put the cover here just so that you know what I'm talking about because as I said, I'm in my car with my cat, so I can't really go in and grab the book because then she'll be disrupted and the queen must not be disrupted. But yeah, I started reading that yesterday and I am really liking it and I do want to continue it, but I just wasn't sure if it's the book that I want to read right now. I don't know why, but like it wasn't like giving my current mood, even though like it kind of is, but like I don't know. I might go back to it after I finish The Fall Risk, but I wanted a book that I could read really quickly as well. So that is my reading update. I am going to hopefully finish The Fall Risk today, which will be my second book read in March, which is kind of a slay because it's only the 5th. It's also my nanny's birthday today. Happy birthday, girl. But yeah, so that is my update for right now. As I said, today's Wednesday. I'm currently waiting on someone to come to our house because she is viewing our house, and then I am going to go into my nana's for dinner and I'm going to see my sisters and see my dad and stuff like that and spend the evening with them, which is really fun. And then I will probably come home and shower, read, and then call my boyfriend before bed, which is our little nightly routine. Is a little yap session before bed to tell each other about our days. So yeah, that is my update for right now. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so I just finished The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez and I loved it so much. I think I'm honestly gonna give it like a 5 star. Like it was just so good for a novella as well. Like it was just so cute. So I'm definitely gonna give this one a 5 stars. I really loved it. It was literally so short, so quick, so perfect. I loved it so much. Also, apologies for vlogging on my phone. My camera is charging in my room and I just don't want to go get it. So yeah, we're just going with this. But yeah, I'm really glad that I finished that book. I don't know what book I'm gonna read next. Probably nothing for the time being because I do have some other things to do. I may start another book this evening or I may start another one tomorrow. We shall see. But right now I am about to go into my grandparents' house and have dinner and I will talk to you guys later.